my website right now and download my free course on alternate picking mastery. It contains 5 essential exercises that will take you to alternate picking mastery faster than you can imagine. And then I've included my method of how to lay out a practice plan in just 1 to 2 minutes that will absolutely boost your results like nothing you ever tried before. So go download it right now. It's free. Hey, another really cool question. Let me see if I can find it. Okay, we're talking about how to create melodies or licks and lines. And we talk about in some of the videos how you build lines by walking in any given scale from chord note to chord note. You know the arpeggio, and then you start creating lines by starting on a chord note, then moving through the scale and ending on another chord note. That's what we do all the time when we play and improvise. Because that's how it sounds like a real melody. And then this question goes, should I sit down? He obviously has the ability to sit down and write out the chords and the scales and then start constructing melodies from saying, okay, here's the, on a sheet of paper. Should I do that? Or is that the wrong way of learning it? There's no wrong way. First of all, I would say that music is about sound, right? We can all agree on that. And starting to learning how to talk by learning how to write would be the other way around, right? You learn to talk first because it's about sound and moving your mouth and knowing what things are. And then you can learn to write it down on paper afterwards. That's a totally different discipline. Like learning music would be about using your ears first and then learning how to write that down so you can communicate it to other people on notes or tabs or whatever, right? So I would say having a chord in the background instantly, if we have the key of A minor, and I want to learn to play over the subdominant, the D minor chord, that comes from the A minor scale, then I don't have to learn any arpeggios. I can just use the A minor scale and then investigate each little area of the A minor scale and use my ear to determine when I play something that sounds good over that chord. Right? Take every note like that. So that would be a very intuitive, non-theoretical, non-tools way of just using your ear within a scale to figure out what works and what doesn't. And that really heightens your level of awareness when you play of what goes on in music, what notes sound good right now. That's a really cool exercise. But it's not a waste of time to sit down with a piece of paper because sometimes you're not close to your instrument. You can sit at the bus stop and sit and write. It's a really cool way of practicing these things because it ingrains it into your brain deeper and deeper the more you can. So if you have a little pad of paper or you can do it on your phone or whatever, then that's a really cool way. But I wouldn't not do the actual playing, right? The same thing goes for scale shapes, for instance. I used to have like just a piece of paper with little boxes on it, or what you call it, like lines, and then I could just write out scale, fretboard after fretboard with a pencil. Back then we had pencils and paper, and then I would put the dots of the C major scale or the A minor pentatonic or the C, I was just practicing scales by putting on dots, connecting fretboard shapes, like first shape, second shape, trying to go for 2 strings horizontally, with one scape, visualizing the first vertical shapes as I was just writing out 2 strings at a time, doing all kinds of weird exercises in order for me to attack the same challenge in different ways. And that made me, I could practice, I was going to school at that time, and I could sit in a boring class where the teacher is talking about something I know already or don't have to focus on. I just practice scale shapes over and over and over again. So any way possible that you can get some practice time in, I would choose to do. And that's the basic message of this video. Nothing is a waste of time. But if you have the ability or the opportunity to use your looper pedal and build lines, in this case about improvisation, then I would absolutely use that time to use my ears and to practice the thing I can only practice when I have my guitar. And then not waste the time, really, doing written exercises in that time. I could do that on other, occasions. I can do that in the car just before I drive home, or, and when I get home, I can just do 2 minutes of it. I can do it as I watch TV with my family, just sit and scribble a little, doing scale shapes. I can do it in a lot of different places, and I would reserve that for that time. So that's the answer. And thank you for the question. Subscribe for more free videos. Do it. Do it now. Do it.